So I had to get out of the office, and I had to get to know people. I had to introduce myself. I had to get to know what other people were doing. To this day, when we hire a new staff person, all new staff person are expected and required to go out and meet every other employment service. And at first I thought, I'm not sure if this is going to work. At first the new staff is kind of hesitant. Are they going to open their doors? Are they going to be nice to me? But what we found very quickly is that when we were out in the community, or when they were out in the community, they were saying going out and meeting other people works. Because now when you go to workshops or conferences, you see people that you already know. And I think a big one is to express the interest in what we all are doing. One of the things that we do is that, yes, we do the AGM circuit. We are known for doing the AGM circuit. I think it's important that we know what other people are doing and help them celebrate their successes. I know a few years, and we were going through a very difficult time, that I would go to Lake Cities. I remember one year in particular, I went to their AGM, and I was like astounded and so inspired by what they did. It motivated me at least for 2 years. Because I thought, if they can do that in a social enterprise, why can't we? But of course, I probably didn't know all their struggles either, because it looked nice, just like it does for us a lot of times. So, and I think one of the things too is scheduling coffee and lunch breaks with people. I think we can get hung up on our own job, that we just get into our own little organization. I think we have to reach out for coffees and go for lunch and catch up. One of the things is partnering. Norman told me very early days, and I didn't know what he meant was, he goes, Lori, if you don't partner, just go home. Well, what do you mean partner? And what do you mean go home? What do you want me to do? So I think we started partnering when we didn't have to. And we know now with a lot of the funders, they expect us to partner. But we did it, so it's very natural. We did it before it was expected. One thing we found out with partnering is that you can take an idea or thought or suggestion to a new level, a level that you wouldn't be able to do within your own organization. We found that you're able to do more with less, and I think you have a greater community presence. One of the things I like about partnering is you bring different people together, different personalities, backgrounds, education, and expertise. You get inspired. I think it lightens the load, and there's strength in numbers. One of the things, too, for the journey of learning is a can-do work culture. For us, after the hurricane, there's no such thing as failure for us. It may be a step forward, a step back, to the right. It's always like a dance, and always like you're at a step, but you just continue. But I think it is our values and our determination and our desire to want to make a difference that makes us move forward. This is a big one for all of us. And it's mistakes and setbacks, and we've had lots of them. I've had lots of them where I don't know if I can pay that invoice. The vans broke down. You have to move out of your store that you love, in your neighborhood that you love, because the liquor store is moving in, and they have more money than you and more power, so you have to leave your place of business. So we have to always be open to change. When we moved to the Novalee Drive, we were very, very excited about that location. We didn't know how we were going to be accepted into the community, but we were part of the community. So when we had to leave that, we didn't leave willingly, because that was a successful training. But from that, too, we realized we are on Main Street right now. We're not in a sexy building. It's not a great building, but we own it. So nobody will have to tell us to leave. I think one of the things, too, is there's common thread. Organizations are more the same than they are different. And I think sometimes we have to realize that. When I hear about what other people are doing, I really get excited, but I always think, how could we work together so that we could do that piece? Because I think we have to come to the realization we all cannot do it by ourselves. I think we have to establish, we have in our businesses, we have established systems that just work. We just have to go and do it. We don't wait till we have the money. We don't wait till we have the right people. We don't wait till everything is great. We just go ahead and do it. Of course, we've hit the wall doing that too, but we haven't stopped. And I think it's getting people to have the right getting the right people to have the right responsibilities. I think one thing when I look back on 25 years, and I think this is something, and I never know how to word it so that people understand it, but we've been around for 25 years, and we've had staff attendance 100% for those 24 or those 25 years. I think that is pretty awesome. Doesn't mean that we don't get sick, doesn't mean that we don't get tired, doesn't mean that we don't get the flu. But I've never had to get that call in the morning saying I can't make it. Because you have to open that store at 10 o'clock no matter what. And I think that would add more stress to our day, or even if somebody called up on a Sunday morning at 5 to say, Lori, I'm sick, I